It wasn't the winning alone that was worth the work. The applause will be forgotten, the prize will be misplaced, but the long, hard hours of practice will never be a waste. For in trying to win, you build a skill. You learn that winning depends on will. You never grow by how much you win. You only grow by how much you put in. Any new challenge you've just begun, put forth your best, and you've already won.
Hi there, this is Jeremy Cottingham. Welcome to the Grand Prix circuit at Silverstone. Today I'm sharing the DK Engineering Jaguar E-type with Harvey, and we are about to go out for qualifying. It's been very wet this morning, blustery winds. Should be an interesting qualifying session. They say it's going to dry up a bit later. Let's see how we progress. Okay, so we've just had qualifying and we both did some laps. I followed Harvey, Harvey started. Harvey, how'd you get on?
Yeah, I think we got on well. It was pretty wet at the start, but actually dried out quite quickly, and a dry line appeared quite quickly. I didn't see much standing water even at the beginning, so that's kind of important, because you've got a consistent track, you've got no rivers and you've got no aquaplaning. And then I handed over to you, and then a little bit of a misfire came.
Yeah, so we had a bit of a misfire, and I did a few laps, and then I handed back to you.
Yeah, the boys were good. We managed to change the plugs and get the dizzy cap off and have a look in there. And whatever they did, they managed to do in about 5 minutes, which meant that I was able to go out again, which was important to make sure we'd cured that, and we have cured it. So you'll start this afternoon without misfire and hopefully in slightly dry conditions.
Absolutely, and we're actually first in class.
First in class, yeah. First in class. We're just a second and a half ahead of the Franchitti brothers and Gregor in the similar Precinct 3 type. So,
yeah,
all to play for.
All to play for. Okay, so here we are, ready to start the race. The cars have just gone out the assembly area. We're on provisional pole, as you know, Dad. And I think James is also on pole, I believe.
For the class.
For the class.
Yeah.
It's been sprinkling a little bit of rain in the last 20 minutes. We're unsure whether it's dry or wet. What are your thoughts, Dad?
Well, I think it could be wet for the first hour at least. So I think this first part of the race is going to be the dampest part. And looking at the forecast, it'll probably dry out later. But 3 hours is a long time, so it's all about getting to the end, particularly this time as you're in a team, which
Absolutely.
is great. Yeah.
So I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to race the DK Engineering E-type. Thank you, Dad. That's very kind of you. Haven't been out for a little bit, but looking forward to it. And hopefully I'll be able to keep the thing on the black stuff and hopefully make a bit of progress in my lap times. Team effort.
Well, I've always enjoyed supporting you and your brother and the company for that matter, and racing is what DK Engineering is based on.
Well, that's fantastic, guys.
Looking forward to a good race.
Thank you. Cheers.
So on track already for the RAC Pall Cup, the very, very large entry. There's 43 cars altogether on this magnificent grid, and accelerates away now up towards Abbey for the first time. We'll pick up the drivers as we go along, but Marcus will be able to get details of most of them.
There's a big twig lock-up of the lightly loaded left front wheel of the leading Cottingham E-type. Brother Cottingham is accelerating down the outside of the Cobra. It could be Cottingham's 1 and 2 in a second, but very, very close through Duffield as the green flag's waving, and the Lister gets its power down onto the apex of Woodcote to go ahead of Cullen's Cobra. Cottingham's 1 and 2 in his DK Engineering race, the MRL Royalsmobile Club Pall Cup.
And it's going to be a change of Cottingham in the lead then now. So through on the inside, going into Copse Corner is James Cottingham, spinning it. Running in 15th place he was, maybe lost a couple of places as a result of that. So James Cottingham in the number 5 Costin Lister has got the fastest lap of the race. He leads by 6.2, but always of a nobble. He never got his hands on a Costin car. That's 66 into the pits.
That's the Harvey Stanley car again, isn't it?
It is, yes. Now, in the car that also has been driven, and it's had one or two incidents whilst being driven by George Botchkiol, and then it was taken over by Matt Wrigley and finished by Ollie Bryant then across the line for second place. In the end, quite comfortably ahead. There it is in third place, the Daytona Cobra Coupe between second and sixth, then seventh, the E-type of Harvey Stanley and Jeremy Cottingham.
Family, winner of the class, 7th overall, the E-type Jaguar, Jeremy Cottingham and Harvey Stanley.
As days go, that's pretty amazing. So we won overall by 2 laps. My times were pretty close to Harvey's in the end. And I think I could actually piece a lap together now, certainly as quick as Harvey, and he's done a lot of racing this year. So I'm really chuffed to be in the right zone. Car was really good. It was a little uncomfortable towards the end. I got a little bit of cramp in my leg, but really good. Thanks very much to DK Engineering and my family for supporting me today, and looking forward to getting out there next year and doing a load more racing. So over and out from Silverstone GP circuit.